Ozzy Osbourne may be the Prince of Darkness and Sharon Osbourne a fierce TV personality, but at home, they're simply mom and dad. Since tying the knot in 1982, Ozzy and Sharon have raised 3 children, Aimee, Kelly, and Jack, who grew up surrounded by music, mayhem, and media attention. While each Osbourne child took a different path in life, they've all carried the unique spirit of their iconic family. Here's a closer look at the 3 kids behind the Osbourne name. Aimee Osbourne. Born on September 2, 1983, Aimee Rachel Osbourne is the eldest daughter of Ozzy and Sharon. Raised in both London and California, Aimee was surrounded by fame from a young age, but she deliberately chose a quieter path. When MTV's The Osbournes began filming in 2002, Aimee moved out at just 16, wanting no part in the family's public chaos. She hated the idea of growing up on camera, Sharon once admitted, saying she still regrets that Aimee felt the need to leave. Aimee herself later explained, "I valued my privacy. I wanted to become my own person, not just be remembered as a teenager on TV." But staying out of the spotlight didn't mean staying out of the arts. Aimee has pursued a creative career on her own terms. In 2003, she starred in MTV's modern retelling of Wuthering Heights. But her real passion was music. She became the lead singer of ARO, short for Aimee Rachel Osbourne, a synth-pop band with a haunting, moody sound. Their debut single, Raining Gold, released in 2015, touched on feelings of isolation and identity that Aimee experienced growing up in a famously wild household. Though she keeps a low profile, Aimee shares a good relationship with her parents and supported Ozzy through difficult times, including his temporary split from Sharon in 2016. Her bond with her siblings, however, is more distant. "We don't talk," Kelly said bluntly in a podcast, and Aimee once noted, "There's acceptance, but not ease." Despite the personal space, Aimee and Jack do collaborate professionally. Together, they run Osbourne Media and are producing a biopic about their parents. Aimee remains a private, powerful presence in the family, proving that you don't need to be on camera to make an impact. Kelly Osbourne, born on October 24, 1984, was thrust into the spotlight at just 17 when The Osbournes premiered. With her dyed hair, bold eyeliner, and unfiltered commentary, she quickly became a fan favorite. Kelly was the definition of a rebellious rock daughter. Fashionable, fiery, and full of personality. Following in her father's footsteps, Kelly tried her hand at music, releasing 2 albums, Shut Up in 2002 and Sleeping in Nothing in 2005. But it was TV that truly embraced her. Kelly went on to co-host Fashion Police, judged Project Runway, and appeared on Dancing with the Stars, finishing an impressive 3rd. Behind the glitz, Kelly battled personal demons. She opened up about her addiction struggles, revealing that she started using Vicodin at just 13 after a tonsil surgery. "I found that people liked me more when I was medicated," she admitted. Her drug use escalated during the Osbournes years, and she eventually entered rehab multiple times, finally achieving long-term sobriety. "It's something I'll have to work at for the rest of my life," she said in 2021. In her personal life, Kelly has experienced ups and downs. She was engaged twice to model Luke Worrell and chef Matthew Mosshart, but neither relationship lasted. In 2022, she made headlines for her romance with longtime friend and Slipknot musician Sid Wilson. After 23 years of friendship, the two fell in love and announced they were expecting a baby. In January 2023, Sharon revealed the birth of their son, Sydney, much to Kelly's chagrin for leaking the news. "He's so excited," she later said about Ozzy, who couldn't wait to buy baby Sydney his first microphone. Kelly has since embraced motherhood and is enjoying life with her growing family. From rock rebel to devoted mom, Kelly has never stopped evolving and doing it all on her own terms. Jack Osbourne, born on November 8, 1985 in London, is the youngest child of Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne and perhaps the most adventurous of the Osbourne siblings. He spent his early childhood moving between London and Los Angeles, soaking up the rock and roll lifestyle before the family finally settled in Beverly Hills. Jack was just 16 years old when The Osbournes premiered on MTV, and his quick wit, rebellious streak, and emotional depth made him an instant fan favorite. While the show captured his humor and teenage antics, it also hinted at deeper struggles. Like his sister Kelly, Jack battled substance abuse from a young age. He began experimenting with drugs and alcohol as a teen and entered rehab in 2003 while still filming the family's hit reality series. That decision proved life-changing. With determination and support from his family, Jack embraced sobriety and has remained clean ever since. "I didn't want my life to be controlled by a drug," he later reflected. "I realized I had a choice, and I chose to fight." In October 2012, Jack married actress and lifestyle blogger Lisa Stelly in a picturesque ceremony in Hawaii. Together, they welcomed 3 daughters: Pearl Clementine, born in 2012, Andy Rose, born in 2015, and Minnie Theodora, born in 2018. Becoming a father changed Jack's outlook on life. He embraced parenthood with love and humor, often sharing adorable and heartfelt moments with his girls on social media. But just months after Pearl's birth, Jack was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, a chronic illness affecting the central nervous system. The diagnosis was a shock, but Jack faced it with courage. "It's not the end," he told fans. "It's just a different beginning. I'm not going to let this define me." He became an advocate for MS awareness and showed how strength doesn't always mean perfection. Sometimes it means getting up each day and choosing to keep going. Unfortunately, Jack and Lisa's marriage came to an end in 2018, with their divorce finalized in 2019. Sharon described it as emotionally tough, especially for Jack, but said he relied heavily on Ozzy for advice and support. As a divorced father, Jack focused on creating stability for his children, leaning on his parents, who remained a constant source of comfort. "Nana and Papa are always here," Sharon said. "It's the one thing the kids can always count on." In time, Jack found love again. He began dating interior designer Ari Gearhart, and the two announced their engagement in December 2021. By March 2022, they shared the joyful news that they were expecting their first child together. On July 9, 2022, Jack and Ari welcomed a daughter named Maple Artemis Osbourne. Jack called Ari a magical being and gushed about the happiness their growing family brought him. Now, a proud father of 4, Jack has also carved out a unique career path. Moving away from traditional television, he embraced the world of the paranormal. He starred in the series Portals to Hell and currently co-hosts The Osbournes Want to Believe with his parents. In the show, Jack shares eerie footage of supposed supernatural phenomena and challenges Ozzy and Sharon to react, with plenty of skepticism and laughs along the way. "Some of it's hokey," Ozzy admits, "but some stuff really makes you wonder." Jack Osbourne's journey is one of transformation. From troubled teen and reality TV star to devoted dad, health advocate, and ghost hunting producer, Jack continues to evolve with authenticity and resilience. He may have grown up in the shadow of a heavy metal legend, but today, Jack shines in his own right, proving that the real magic comes from perseverance, growth, and love for family. And for Jack, the best is still yet to come. The Osbourne kids may have grown up in the shadow of a heavy metal legend, but they've each stepped into their own spotlight. Aimee carved out her privacy and passion for music, Kelly transformed her rebellious spirit into resilience and reinvention, and Jack turned his trials into triumph, all while raising families of their own. Behind the wild stories, tattoos, eyeliner, and reality TV drama lies something more powerful: love. Love for family, for individuality, and for living out loud. As Ozzy once said, "I'm proud of all my kids. We've had problems, but what family doesn't?" If you enjoyed this deep dive into the lives of Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne's 3 children, give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment about your favorite Osbourne moment, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories about the families behind the fame.